Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring the book Advice to Students, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So, in today's satsang, we are currently studying the positive qualities. Today, we will pick up the qualities of Atma Vinigraha or control of mind. As you know, that is a very profound topic. Mind is like a monkey that needs to be trained properly. Mind is more miraculous than Aladdin's lamp. Through your mind, you can do amazing things. However, mind needs to be constantly watched, observed, and disciplined to tap its immense powers. In most people, mental energy is constantly wasted through distraction. If you watch your mind, you will probably discover that you can't keep your mind truly focused on anything for more than 2 or 3 minutes. If you learn the art of concentration, you will begin to realize the hidden powers of your mind. Through the benefit of concentration, you will be able to handle stressful situations successfully. You will develop memory power. You will save a lot of time. You will have greater in depth comprehension in your studies, and knowledge of many things will relieve itself to you, reveal them automatically. And that is the power of the mind once it's channeled properly. It In the mind that is distracted, two forces constantly are fighting with each other. One wants to do this way, the other wants to go that way. Discordant and contrary thoughts keep you from experiencing your innate mental strength. A story is told that illustrates that point: the magic mat. Once there was a person who practiced intense austerity and meditation. As a result of this, one day a deity appeared before him and gave him a magic mat. The magic mat had special powers. Whatever was thought about by anyone sitting on the mat would come true. So the man took the magic mat, sat upon it, and thought about having wonderful food. Immediately, golden platters of food appeared before him, and he felt so joyous. Then he thought to himself, all right, why shouldn't I wish for more than this? Wouldn't it be nice if I had a wonderful palace? Then, quick as a wink, the palace appeared before him. Then he thought about having servants and many other people around him to bring him good fellowship to the palace, and his wish was fulfilled immediately. No sooner had he begun enjoying all this that the mat had provided, a strange thought suddenly appeared in his mind. What would happen to his palace if there were an earthquake? And immediately there was an earthquake, and the whole palace collapsed upon him. Your mind is like that magic mat. Through your good thoughts, you accomplish a great deal. But then from your unconscious comes thoughts of fear, insecurity, and what you have accomplished is destroyed. In this way, the strength of your mind is never fully realized and experienced. However, there are concentration techniques to help you solve this problem and learn to focus and channel your mental energy. Those techniques involve prayer, japa or repetition of the divine name, meditation and reflection. These practices give you increased mental strength day by day. The next quality is dhi. Dhi means purity of intellect. Dhi means intellect. So that's the process. That's why you must know the mantra Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, we say in the Gayatri mantra. So that dhi is the intellect. Intellect is the greatest power within you, the driving force in the chariot of human personality. But intellect becomes clouded by egoism, by desire, by anger. Thus, intellect must be kept pure. In the world of practical realities, it is through intellect that you understand things clearly and profoundly. When you do not understand things well, then problems are created. When you have correct understanding, problems become little and you can solve them easily. Let's read the parable of the rabbit that used his intellect. Once in a forest, there was a greedy lion who hunted and killed the other animals indiscriminately, often killing more than he was able to eat. The animals were filled with terror and fearful that they would all be eliminated from their forest home unless something was done about the situation. So the animals held a meeting and came up with a proposal that they hoped the lion would accept. Appearing humbly before the lion, a spokesman for the animals said, "O Lion King, we want to save you all the work of hunting for your food. So each day we will bring right to your doorstep one animal from among us for your meal. In return, you must promise not to kill any other animals that day." "All right," said the lion, "I will agree as long as my food arrives at my doorstep every day on time." So the new plan went into effect. Each day, one animal was chosen to be the lion's food, and the lion was content, and harmony was again established in the forest. Soon the turn came for the rabbit to be sacrificed as food for the lion. But this rabbit loved his life intensely, and he just could not accept the idea of giving it up so easily. So he thought and thought and thought and used his keen intelligence and came up with a clever plan. While the rabbit was thinking, the lion was getting hungrier and hungrier, waiting angrily by his door for his next meal to arrive. Finally, the rabbit appeared, walking quickly towards him. "Where have you been, you stupid rabbit? Why do you come here so late?" The rabbit said, "I had a frightening adventure on the way. As I was walking here, I met another lion who said that he was the king of the forest and he was going to eat me up. But I pleaded, saying, 'Do not eat me up yet. Let me go and report this to my king, and then I'll come back to you.' So that lion agreed, and he allowed me to come to you." "What?" the lion roared. "Who is this impostor who says he is the king? Let me meet him and show him who is the king." The rabbit replied, "I will show you where this impostor is. If you want to see him, please follow me." And so the clever little rabbit led the lion through the forest until they came to a clearing where there was an old well. Then the rabbit said, "Look inside, and you will see that the lion who was claiming to be the king of the forest." So, without much thought, the lion put his head down into the well, and when he saw his own reflection in the water, he was convinced that he was seeing another lion. Angrily he roared, "This, there he is," and an echo of his own voice made him think that the other lion was roaring at him also. Eager to fight that impostor, he jumped into the well and quickly drowned in the cold water. Hearing the shouts the other animals of the forest had gathered at the edge of the well, they rejoiced and thanked the little rabbit who had used his intellect to rescue himself and to bring peace and harmony back to their homes. Similarly, when you use your intellect, things that are ordinarily impossible become possible. When you grow in wisdom and exercise your intellect in the right direction, you can be of great service to yourself and to humanity. Purity of intellect should be promoted by all your academic studies. However, it is specially promoted by study of the scriptures. Learn to meditate upon the scriptures and try to figure it out, that who am I? Try to understand what the sages mean when they say, "You are not this body, you are the soul that is immortal. You do not have to be afraid of anything. The real you is not affected by what happens to the body. Even death does not destroy the real you." By training your intellect, you will eventually begin to understand these points. Purity of intellect is more important than intellectualism. You can be a great intellectual, but if you do not have purity of intellect, you will not be able to control your mind and enjoy inner peace. There are so many professors with impressive degrees, but they cannot control their tempers, their moods under uncertainties, their fears. Intellect must be able to grasp the higher truth. Once it does so, your whole personality begins to change. That is why it is so important that we chant the Vedic prayer Gayatri Mantra, meaning Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat, meaning we adore God who is like the shining sun, who permeates the three planes, the physical, the astral, and the causal planes. May He enlighten our intellects. Prayer for enlightenment of the intellect is the highest prayer. You need not pray for anything else. All else is possible once your intellect is enlightened. So, we will continue with these positive qualities in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.